Welcome everybody to round 11 of Grand Prix Dallas Day 2. We're having a feature match here with, on the left, Korey McDuffie, on the right, Rd11. In the booth is myself, Rd11, Brian Cowell, and guest Sam Black. Thank you everyone for joining us, and looks like we have, is it a blue-white mirror match it look like?
Yeah.
Yep. Another Congo versus Congo match.
How many of those have you covered so far?
This might be the third or fourth one.
Not too bad.
But almost every feature match, maybe except for one, had one Congo.
Yeah. Often it'll be a Dark Blade versus Congo or something like that to mix it up a little bit, but I think the matchups are fairly interesting though. It seems like there's a lot of like. You were saying yesterday you thought it's probably the most difficult mirror to play correctly.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the most like strategically interesting and difficult mirrors to play, but that like I feel like it's a little too random and swingy. Despite that, like it's very high skill and very high luck at the same time.
Right. So you'd still rather play a Fairies mirror?
Yeah, I would rather play a Fairies mirror, just because like when you both have like awesome draws, they like cancel each other out and you have parity and the game goes long. Whereas with this deck, when you both have awesome draws, like the person who goes first is just tearing the other person apart with the sword, unless the other person has like something to swing tempo.
Right.
And like there are so few, like you can't play a ton of condemns or something, but like every now and then it's just a huge blood and swings tempo the other way.
Right. How important? I know if both players are mulliganing here. How important do you think mulliganing is in this matchup?
I think that I would much rather have a small hand that has a Stoneforge Mystic than a large hand that doesn't. And like you really, I mean, if you don't have action early, it's very, very easy to fall impossibly far behind. Yeah,
Chapin yesterday said that when Ben Stark was testing for the top 8 of that Pro Tour that happened, his plan was to mulligan anything that didn't have a preordained a Squadron Hawk or a Stoneforge Mystic in it.
Yeah, you have to do that. Maybe if
or maybe a sword.
I
guess you
the sword's not good enough because you don't have creatures. Like you can't keep sword with no Mystic or Hawk. It doesn't do anything. Like on the play, you can probably keep like mana like Jace.
Ari checking his sideboard again. He said that twice since he sat down.
Gotta be sure.
I like looking at my sideboard in the middle of the games. I'm glad I can do that now.
Yeah. It's a good choice.
In limited, it's great. I'll just be sideboarding my deck while I'm playing.
Right. Whenever they have a trick, note your answers to it.
Ari's going to take another shot. Obviously, didn't see the Stoneforge Mystic he wanted to.
So now going to 5 against 6 cards.
Yeah. Korey sticking at 6 has to be a pretty bad sign for.
Looks like he has we saw some quick flash there. Gideon, maybe a 2-drop and a sword, I think I saw.
I thought I saw a glimpse of a Stoneforge Mystic in his hand, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, there's definitely this guy. Gideon.
And that's a Hawk. Fairly ideal.
Yeah, Mystic and Hawk with enough lands on the play looks very good for Korey.
What kind
It does have a Hawk, or it does have a Mystic here.
How bad is it? Is there anything Ari can do here?
I mean, he needs to have some kind of play to swing tempo. He needs to have like a Magnet or a Condemn or potentially End of the Royal or Divine Offering, something to like get ahead.
I saw Tom Ross was playing Oust main deck yesterday.
I was actually also playing one Oust main deck. People have been cutting Day for more tempo positive cards.
Yeah.
Alright. Both players holding swords now.
Matt now says he's playing 0 Days and 7 Oust Condemns in his 75. He's doing very well. He's XO1, I think, still.
Yeah, we saw him defeat Chapin yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's so it's like 0 what?
0 days.
Oh,
Yeah, it's 4 condemned, 3 out.
Just all went out the mirror.
And it's actually probably like better against some of the like very aggressive decks like Korey and stuff. You just have all the one-hand action. But it's rough if they play like a Grave Titan.
Yeah. I think if you play against some deck like Goblins or something, it must be like pretty rough too. You gotta heavy advantage winning that deck in order to get back in.
I don't know if he has Firewalkers, but I would like to have Firewalkers and a bunch of one-mana removal spells against day against them, because then you don't have to worry about daying away your own Firewalker.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's going to be pretty rough against like Elves or something, certainly. Not that I've seen more than one person playing it at this tournament.
Yeah, it does not seem like a lot of people decided to go rogue here.
Yeah, certainly not at the top tables.
Like a rug seems like a rogue deck here. Like
The deck tech I'm preparing for could be a Billy P's 9 Congo.
yeah, Ray's getting a deck tech ready after this round, where we're going to see a different blue-white deck played by Billy P. Can't pronounce his last name. Postal Weights. I don't know.
That was one of the decks I lost to yesterday, the Venser deck.
Korey not having the untapped land turn, or no, he preordained. I think he preordained into the 4th land, so he couldn't put the sword into play and just start the chump blocking.
Right.
He's going to get a Mortipod to help clear the way.
Mortarpod's interesting in the mirror. I know some people really like it and some people side it out. I've had good experiences with it. It looks like it should make it a lot easier to get the Hawk through here.
It seems good to me. Did you play one?
Yeah, I played one main and I didn't side it out.
It's not bad just being able to get another dude to put the sword on, right? With your later Stoneforge Mystics.
I played against one Esper Cobblade deck that had Bone Horde in against me after sideboard.
How was that?
I won the match, but the Bone Horde was like a 9/9 when he got it. It was pretty good.
Not bad at all.
Just because all the Hawks trade and then.
Kind of wish that card would have had some kind of Lurgai send up on it. Alright, Korey plays a Tectonic Edge. He's going to play another Hawk.
Did he like he hit his 4th line last
No, he just played it, I think. I thought I just saw him put it into play.
I thought last turn he preordained into a 4th line.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I guess where I thought I'd take it if it was had to put it in play.
This board's getting clogged up here with Stoneforge and nuts.
No.
It looks like Ari just resolved the chase here before he got the sword going. So
Yeah. Why do you think Korey played a Hawk there instead of, say, putting a sword into play and equipping it?
well,
Do you think it's better to just drop the Hawk?
Like on that turn, he couldn't get the sword through because the Hawk was like he just blocked the Hawk. I think that I'm not sure if it was correct for Korey to play the Squatter Hawk rather than putting the sword into play on turn 3. But I think he was hoping to find an untapped land and did.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how this works.
I guess
It looks like
I guess he's safe from Ari's Hawks because he has the Mortipod in his hand, so Ari can't just equip up his Hawk because he can just
yeah, but
drop
Ari
Mortipod.
doesn't. I mean, Ari has Jace going, so he can. I mean, Ari's
Right,
happy
yeah.
to have
Now he does.
both just sit here now.
This is something AJ was talking to me about the matchup. Is like, so eventually the the little creatures with swords don't stop mattering as much because you start dropping the planeswalkers into play, and then it just turns into planeswalker war.
Looks like Korey either doesn't have the 5th land or doesn't want to go for Gideon here. He's going to try to start getting through, but it's a long road.
More or less all you can do here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Gideon, like, he could be on fetch Gideon here, and then, like, force the attack to try to clear the way, but I think he wants to play around Spell Pierce.
Right. How common is Spell Pierce in the main deck of Doggo?
Almost everyone has 3.
Okay.
So it's certainly worth respecting.
Pretty big card of the mirror, I would think.
Yeah, and I mean, now he's in a position where the Mortar Pod is likely to be able to get the Squadron Hawk through soon, and then he can actually start making progress. This is where the mirror gets really interesting, where this Jace could reasonably activate any of its abilities. He could bounce the Hawk for tempo, or he could dig, or he could pump up the Jace to make it harder for Korey to kill once he manages to like get through. Right.
What would you do here?
I can't see his hand exactly, which makes it a little harder.
Ari is tectonic edging the Seachrome Coast, looked like?
So, yeah. Ari just wants to keep the game small, slow it down, because he wants to keep his Jace in play.
It's kind of an information play, so he has a better idea of what to do with Jace.
Yeah, force Korey to act, you know. Maybe play something in the second main that Korey doesn't have blue.
Glacial Fortress and a Preordain.
Looks like. Just thinking about it. Yep.
Reveals a Hawk and a Spell Pierce. It's going to keep the Spell Pierce.
Bounces the untapped Hawk rather than the equipped Hawk, so there's no point in getting in here. But he's going to get Mortar Potted.
Yeah. Is this a mistake, you think?
I don't know. I mean,
didn't he already play? He already played a land, right? All right. Nice try, Mr. Lax.
I think that might have been a little too aggressive since he knew about the Mortar Pod.
Right.
We'll see what his plan is.
He might have just forgot about it, though. Definitely a lot going on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Korey's going to get through with his sword now, right?
Yeah, there's nothing Riley can do to stop the sword from
right.
getting.
So now
he can
Korey gets to either kill Jace or...
And I mean, he can potentially just kill Jace with the Mortar Pod if he wants, and hit Ari with the sword and then untap.
So he probably just runs something out here now to see what Korey does? Or see what Ari does?
Like, he can get a spell countered and then attack, untap, and resolve another spell. Like, if he has a second Gideon in his hand, he can force one through that way. I'm not sure what he has exactly, but
Ari did a really nice tap job this turn, keeping Korey from being able to do the same tech edge trick against him that he just used on Korey.
Yep.
We saw some of these tap jobs go bad yesterday. Actually,
I mean, it looks like Korey could have done the same thing. Like, he has some basics that were tapped last turn.
Right.
I assume the Mystics were attacking Jace and the Hawk was attacking Ari to push damage through on Jace, and now you can use Mortar Pod to clear Jace.
Or he discards the Spell Pierce and he comes with Feared in. This is turning around pretty quickly, turning pretty quickly against him here.
Yeah.
Korey.
I think he tried to get too aggressive when he had Jason play.
Yeah. Maybe got a little overconfident.
But he might have felt like he had to do something because the mortar pod was going to be able to get through his defenses.
Yeah, this is a pretty glowing report for mortar pod in this game. Definitely looking like an all-star.
This kind of experience is why I personally don't like siding it out. But matchup's full of big swings though, and Gideon might be able to save Ari here.
Yeah.
Except, and he has the Spell Pierce back, so Korey can't just get in as Gideon, I think.
He's protecting himself from the having a discard and getting tech edge. Yeah, sure. All right.
Now they've traded positions. Korey
Jace from Korey. No Spell Pierce shenanigans from Ari.
And Korey hasn't played land this turn, right? So Korey can play his 7th land and then, but he can't untap with the sword because of Gideon.
Right. And into the Royal would be pretty sick. I guess he has a Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
It looks like Ari could probably just attack Jace next turn with Gideon if he wants.
Unless Korey plays another blocker here, which it looks like he might.
Yeah.
Getting planes here, so. But he could potentially attack with Gideon and Colonnade to kill Jace if that's what he wants to do. But that would take his turn.
And make him discard a card.
He doesn't have enough mana to equip the sword and Colonnade.
No. If he does all that, he's going to be discarding a card and giving
on the counter attack. Yeah.
Giving Korey the turn.
It certainly costs a lot, but he can kill the Jace if that's what he thinks he needs to do.
Do you think connecting with a sword is just time walk?
It can be pretty close.
Like it's time walk, no attack step, pretty much.
Right.
He is attacking with the sword.
He searched up mortar pod,
Yep.
got rid of the blocker, and saved Gideon with the Gideon.
Already got his own Mortapod. Alright, I've decided. You're just a chump if you're taking out Mortapod in this game match.
If you're just joining us now in the booth right now, we'll come here to Brian Cole and Sam Black.
Yeah, that was another huge mortar pod.
Yeah. Now Ari's all untapped. He can... He's probably going to play a Jace to get rid of the other Jace, I would think.
I would think so, but that's because Jace is the only card in his hand I can see, so...
He has a Hawk, it looks like.
He has a Hawk, a Spell Pierce, a Jace, and something.
This game's gone kind of weird. It seems like both players just can do almost anything they want to each other. And it's all like, what am I going to do each turn to my opponent?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was saying this match is so hard. You always have so many options because you have, you have so much mana to work with, but all your effects cost a lot of mana.
Yeah, like he could have just as easily equipped the sword to that Hawk, or equip both.
Yeah.
But he wants to still keep Spell Pierce up. And
But this time he didn't play around getting tech edged.
right. Yeah,
which is
interesting.
some change.
Might have been a slight misplay. It's hard to, like, when you're trying to think of all the right things to do in the correct amount of time, to also look at which lands you're carefully tapping lands.
But by changing it up, maybe he's trying to represent a condemn or something.
Yeah.
In addition to having so many options in this match, you also have so many like corner case one-ofs that can be really huge if they come up. So that people you have to play around. That just representing. I mean, there are so many like semi-bluffs.
Yeah,
and stuff.
like he can represent. You think he's representing condemn here?
I think it might have been part of the consideration in leaving the land untapped.
Ari snap spell pierces this tumble magnet.
Which
sets up him being able to chump block and shoot a hawk. I guess. Well, no, he can tap it.
I'm not really sure what's going on. Like I'm willing to believe that there was a reason for it, but it was a very aggressive spell pierce.
Maybe Ari realizes he's just gonna get railed here. That happens. Same time, I guess you want the spell pierce in your head and discard, right?
Right.
Instead, he loses a Jace the Mind Sculptor. I'm detecting a little tilt.
I mean, I don't really know. Like, I'm not sure exactly what his line was when he didn't just Jace the Jace in his post-combat main phase last turn. I don't know if he was hoping to be able to set up a situation where he could attack the Jace the next turn and play his own, but it seems pretty optimistic.
Yeah, I think he was good. I would have played the Jace there. I don't know the matchup that well, but I think you got to cash in while you can, especially when your hand is such a volatile entity. You know, I think Ari's behind enough that he should probably almost just scoop this up.
Yeah, this game is certainly looking rough, but he does still get Gideon. It's a really hard match to figure out in every way, from watching it and playing it. It's hard to know why players are doing what they're doing because there's so many cards they could be playing around.
Right.
And it's not necessarily right to be playing around whatever you're playing around, but there's always so much to think about.
Edge is a colonnade.
And he also mortar potted a hawk, I think. It looks like Ari prioritizes being aggressive pretty highly in this matchup. He's been making plays to try to get through at all points, basically.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a bad plan. He's going to try to kill, or I don't know which ones he's attacking.
Gain's attacking Jace instead of Force's attacking Korey.
Yeah, Corey's holding into the Royal, so
yeah,
this is going to get kind of ugly, I think. Korey thinking about whether to go for that extra card or not.
Ari looks prepared to get blown out. There's a little bit of an incredulous hand gesture there.
Yeah.
Let's make this easy. You have a Mana Leak counter back?
Whoa, he peeled Mana Leak.
Okay, so I'm going to counter that. You're going to take 9, I untap my lands,
Big.
and then Mortar Pot this to you.
Was that lethal?
I guess so. I think it was because he showed him Mortipod. He's like, I'm hitting you for 9, and then I'm untapping all my lands, so I'm gonna put in mana to like sack all my creatures and kill you.
Right.
I think that's what Ari said.
But
25 minutes.
oh,
he was only at 11.
Yeah, that's 9 and then plus 2.
Yeah.
Wow. So
the aggressive play worked out.
No, we slowed down a little bit at the end of the game.
that was a really impressive comeback for Ari. I did not think a Mana Leak was going to save him there,
Exactly. Right.
These guys are
Right,
good.
I perfectly
Oh, and what about time to talk about our sponsors here. GamingCenter.com is reminding you to always blame Kibler. You can blame Kibler
I'm the kind
at
of guy who
GamingCenter.com,
likes
get
to
monster
match
binders,
those
t-shirts, supposedly hats soon, and plenty of other great collectible card game cards and accessories. Or you can go to their Facebook site to blame Kibler on Facebook. That's tinyurl.com/blamekibler. And if you use the coupon code GG's Live, you can save 10% off your entire purchase. Pow.
Yeah.
I've heard better.
That was a great spot.
It was good enough.
You kind
It was
of
just good.
Simeon grunts that one on
Good
me.
enough.
Yeah, like I just completely forgot about Mortal Kombat.
Anybody else who want me to pimp for the show?
Me?
This show also brought to you by Rashad Miller, a guy who will fly first class out of the tournament while he makes the talent he's bringing in sit and coach. All the way in the back, like last row coach. He did give me a cookie from first class, but I think he was so lit up on cocktails at that point he just thought it'd be hilarious to like hand me one cold cookie and.
It was lukewarm.
Yeah, it was alright. Alright, game 2, Ari, who was at the draw last time and managed to win, despite Sam Black saying it's all that.
Okay.
Wow, I can't believe he won that game.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know if where Korey went wrong was the spotter lock on 3 rather than getting the sword going, but it certainly, I mean, they managed to get to a stable board very quickly, and Ari had the early chase, and managed to. I was watching I didn't realize we had life totals on one screen and not on the other, and I was watching the screen without life totals and didn't realize I'd gotten quite that low.
No.
I was able to find a way to get through.
Ari flips Stoneforge Mystic on accident.
Yep.
Now he knows that Korey didn't side those out.
Yeah. A little bit extra information.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just,
Yeah. That shouldn't be any cards.
Both players keep. Korey starts it out with a Glacial Fortress and a Squadron Hawk. Grabs all 3 of them. Maybe. Can't find the last one. Alright.
Looking at Ari's hand, I don't know if I see it. Yeah, it looks like Korey's untapping. Ari just passed on 2. This could be rough.
Both players being pretty loose with the turn passing to get the game going for her.
right now.
While one player's shuffling, the other person's taking their turn. I think Ari kept a hand like heavy on like counter magic and mana leaks and stuff.
Well, it looks like he kept a hand that's heavy on planeswalkers at least. I think he has 2 Jaces and a Gideon and a bunch of lands. Do you know if he mulliganed or kept 7?
I thought they both kept 7.
Interesting keep. See if he can stabilize before falling too far behind detail.
It's not too bad because Korey does not have a Mystic either.
It can be hard to, I mean, Ari's game plan is to get the planeswalkers,
yeah.
And it can be very hard to keep them in play with a bunch of Hawks packing them away, so.
Seems pretty true. Now, if you're being like aggressive with the Hawks like Korey is, will you just like edge off a land, edge off that Colonnade here to keep him behind on mana?
Well, he has to let Ari get to 4 and play the Chase here, because you can't edge until he's
right,
on 4.
yeah.
And he knows that Ari has to have kept a hand with Jace, so he knew to hold off on the Squadron Hawk to be able to mana leak there.
Right.
And now he gets to stick with Gideon, and I don't know how Ari can come back from this. He has to trade Gideon, or he gets to keep the Hawks in play and untap again here. He needs Korey to just flood out at this point, I guess.
And Gideon number 2. And looks like a Gideon number 2 from Ari.
Ari 13, Korey 20.
Maybe.
Seems like it has to be a bad sign for Ari that Korey didn't have a 6th land, because it means he's all spells here. The Hawks keep backing away. Ari's getting low enough for his life total to be a concern. Almost half his life speed.
How many Into the Rails did you play yesterday?
I played only one, but looks very good in here.
Pretty good against the Precursor Golems that a lot of people are using against the deck too.
Yeah, absolutely. The Precursor can be a real problem otherwise.
Did you play the Inkmoth Nexus?
I did play the Inkmoth Nexus. The primary thing that I did with it was sacrifice it to Mortarpod.
That card looked quite good in some of the mirror matches we've seen.
Yeah, Go was disappointed with it. He said he lost one game because it wasn't an island.
Madness is playing too.
Yeah. I don't remember if he was saying that he maybe cut a Tech Edge for one of them. I think he did, which I've been very impressed with Tech Edge. I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Tech Edge seems like one of the better cards in this mirror match. The whole squadron for McDuffie.
But Ari finally found a Hawk, so he can potentially get some defense going. But the Mortarpod is actually threatening to go lethal just by sacking creatures at Ari really quickly here.
Ari's only at 7.
Goes for Jace. I don't know what he's digging for at this point, though.
I'm going to follow up with a calling on.
Maybe a day.
Most people side them out. It's possible that he left one in, but can Korey just win with Into the Royal here? He can bounce a Hawk, get in for 3, and then he doesn't have enough mana to finish him off this turn, but he can put him at... If he wants to ignore the Jace and go really aggressive, he can come really close to just killing Ari. But maybe the fact that he can't get there now means it's not worth it.
2 blue sources on top. I think that's all Korey wants right now.
I think I would at least keep the islands.
Yeah. Is the other one a colonnade though?
The other one is a colonnade.
Bottom.
You kept the islands.
I think he kept the. No, he kept the colonnade.
Oh, wow. Oh, is he just gonna activate some edges this turn, maybe?
I think he's just gonna trade up.
Me?
Ari goes to 5.
Second me?
Or was that entrance?
He attacked Ari instead of Jace.
I like that play. I think that Ari's close enough to dead that you just want to push him.
Pressure the life total.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be time for Jace to recover unless Ari has something good here.
Those colonnades aren't going to defend him.
Tech Edge. Stoneforge.
The colonnade was basically lethal.
Yeah.
So
We got the death ring today?
Shoot your Hawk.
Ari finds a Mortarpod to defend himself.
Get 3 Hawks in your graveyard front.
But now it actually looks pretty rough for Korey. I don't know, I think I might I might have preferred the end of the royal play last turn.
Bounce this off.
Alright, bounces the Hawk with Jace to fully stabilize the board here. Looks like this could be another impressive turnaround by Ari.
It's definitely aggressively finding the ways to win.
Korey just has some into the royals that are no longer that exciting.
Corey's got to be kicking himself. Why did I kill Jace last turn?
Korey, you mean?
Yeah, Corey, yeah. How'd this all go wrong?
Yeah, it looks pretty over here. It's really fell apart.
Base is still on.
You can into the royal Jace here, keep him from cashing in a brainstorm.
I wonder if he
Maybe Ari should have led
activated
with
Jace
that.
earlier, yeah. Korey drew his own Jace. But he only has one blue.
Right. Corey does not look happy.
No, not at all.
Caps his island?
Yeah, Korey.
Yep, Corey can't win here. Wow,
Well
so
played by Ari.
yeah, impressive games by Ari Lax there. I didn't think he was winning either of them. But
Yeah, he did some really good things there.
I think I messed up this game.
Obviously, he's played this
I could have
matchup
kept
a
the
bit.
mortar pot
Yeah.
on the third end, but I just didn't.
Actually, Ari picked up the deck the day before yesterday. He's been
obviously,
playing
I'm
Go Back and
virtuoso at Magic.
You're good. You'll keep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Given the number of draws, that this
has
deck
been
is
very
seeing,
happy with his switch.
Like
But I mean, it's the kind of deck that he likes to play. So.
this deck's insane. There's no way.
So we saw a game where it looked like card badge is what was mattering, and he came out of nowhere and won by making life total be what mattered. And then a game where it looked like life total was what mattered, and he made card badge come out of nowhere and win the game.
All the resources are always in play in this mirror, and
Right.
it's just about finding a place where you can win on any front.
Ton of ebb and flow to it.
Oh, that. Yeah.
And Ari always managed to find the path.
Like
Rashad, can we get Ari?
the way I always deal with it is like what happened happened. Yeah. Like if it's happened, it's happened. It's in the past. Don't do it. Like you learned, you won't do it again, and you'll win all the rest of it.
Really?
Definitely better to play Ari.
I'll be over there in a second. Right? Oh, yeah.
That could be better. Probably on both of them.
That might be fun.
Hey.
Well played.
That was.
I made a lot of mistakes, but I think I
that
made
was-
up for them.
I think it was. Yeah, you made a couple,
Yeah, there were-
a couple little blunders, but
Well, game one, I just walked into his mortar pot. I just forgot about it.
Yeah, we saw that.
That was that was the biggest one. When I spell pierced his Tumble Magnet, when I spell pierced his Tumble Magnet game one, I forgot he was going to hit me with sword if it resolves. I thought he was going to use it to keep me off my sword.
Okay.
I mean, it turned out perfectly fine that he had to use it that turn.
right.
But I was thinking that if I do that, he can't do anything else that turn, and he's stuck in a scenario where I can, I have a free turn.
Right.
So that was a mistake.
Did
And
you know Mana Leak was on the top of your deck, or
No,
Okay.
just run goods, casual, usual, everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you might have brainstormed on top or something.
No.
Yeah, it looked
And
like that game.
the
you were
mortar
playing
pot
really
thing was just-
aggressively. Like, I mean, when you like got blown up by the mortar pot, it looked like it happened because you were trying to find a way to.
I thought I had it, I just forgot about it.
Right.
And, like, if we didn't have it, I had the Spell Pierce too. So I thought I just had everything unlocked.
Right.
Like, I thought I was playing around Condemn the entire game.
Okay.
I could have hit him on 4 something with a sword, but I would have lost to Condemn, so I decided not to because I didn't know, and I felt it was worth it to not lose there because I felt like my hand was pretty strong. I had all, Spell Pierce and Mana Off and everything, and it felt pretty stable.
How well do you know Korey? Did you know his list, or
I didn't know his list.
Did you guys talk about the deck at all?
We actually officially introduced ourselves at the start of the match.
Oh, okay.
You knew what he was playing? Or?
Yeah. As soon as we sat down, I'm like, you know what I'm playing?
Gabriel,
Okay, we're playing fast, okay? Deal.
Please come to the main event.
Drawing with this deck, I think, was just like trying to make that with you go.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I thought you were losing both of those games. Yeah.
I felt game 2, I thought I had under full control. There was
Really?
like one turn where I felt if he did something insane, and like I could get into mortar pod range like he did with the first
Right.
game.
Yeah. Like,
He-
I thought that
the first game,
It looked
he
like
could-
you were very close
the
to
game
the
he should have
mortar
won.
pod.
He just like forgot about the floating mana and put combat into roll.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the mortar, like maybe just didn't think about it, didn't see the mortar pod play, which like I felt like at that point I just had to go for it and see what happens.
Game 2. What was your opening hand?
It was Into the Royal, Jace, Gideon, Tech Edge, and he had mulligans. I felt a mulligan hand is not as likely to just like they're either going to be on one plan or the other, not just going to have everything up the curve.
Right.
And the interval is going to bridge me into my Planeswalkers against a Stoneforge hand. And against a Planeswalker hand on the draw, I can bounce his Jace, land my Jace. He has to recast his Jace when I take a Gideon.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't see the end of the row. I'm sorry, I was wondering
Yeah.
why you kept in those Planeswalkers, but the
There was-
end of the row
yeah.
is what you need there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that the turn when you played the 2 Hawks, when he attacked the Hawks from the Morpod, after creating and playing Blonted, I thought that if he interrupts when your Hawks there and gets through for 3 of them, putting you at 4.
Yeah, I can get mortar.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that entire point, the game basically became for me, don't get into mortar pod range because I'm going to win the one.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. That's where we thought that it looked like you might lose was like if he makes that play, it really crashes your life total, but your hand was very stacked for anything less than that.
It's like awesome. There's so many options in the
We were
to be fair, I only picked it up yesterday, but like it's just like fairies. Like it's just you don't have all the options on their turn. Half of them are on yours, half of them are on theirs.
right. But I think in general there are a lot more different ways to spend your mana. Like with fairies, like it's just about when you play your cards and which modes and equipping. Whereas with this, like you can put your mana into any of a whole bunch of different cards.
And you equip what are you targeting with like what order do you stuff in, all sorts of stuff.
At least for me, it's also like much harder to play because you have to be so much more proactive. Whereas with fairies, you can just, what are you doing? Oh well, I know how to answer the card you've already played, but with this, you have to answer the card they're going with you.
I was always pretty aggressive with fairies, so I never really had that issue. But like fairies was actually just like, do I play my card? Yes or no? Did they play something? Okay, yes. Play my card. Kill it.
Right.
Yeah.
Every tap of the mana seemed so critical in that match.
There was
Like,
another mistake.
There was one point where you like edged him to resolve something.
Yeah, where
There's a
this
lot.
is Seeker and Coast to keep him off of blue and spells.
Yeah.
And then like you most of the time were leaving up your like
Basics?
islands, so that, and then there was one turn where you left up Glacial Fortress back at.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a lesson I learned the hard way. I was playing in an extended PTQ at this middle of last season with fairies, just before the GP. Just whatever, see what happens, like get good with the deck, and I like left a blue-black land and like I had 4 basics and I just left a blue-black land on tap, and just like he rips his one up Tech Edge and I just die. I'm like, oh, never doing that ever again.
When you left the Glacial Fortress up, I thought maybe you were by changing it up, trying to represent the event from that or something.
Yeah.
No, I just made a mistake. I was thinking more about leaving up Tech Edge, which was more important to me at the time.
Yeah.
I just didn't think about the misclick there. I feel like I could have done something better with the Hawk that turn, maybe, or with my mana. I don't know. I just kind of went with the default play that I thought would.
It's so complicated. It's so hard to tell.
It's really unreal.
What do you think about like game 1 where he was on the play with Stoneforge and stuff, and like you managed to get Jason play before he was ever threatening you with the sword? Do you think that he should have played? Like, do you think it was right for him to play the Hawkman too, rather than getting the sword into play?
I have no idea because I have no idea what was in his hand.
Yeah.
In general, I think he probably the Hawk play is pretty aggressive.
Like, the way that I've been defaulting is if I have the 4th untapped land, like, I need to have the 4th untapped land to think about making a Hawk play.
Oh yeah, he didn't. Oh, for sure.
Right, the next turn he had the period
That's
on-
such a gutsy one.
Yeah.
He didn't have a blue source after the period either, did he? Yeah, that was gutsy.
Yeah, it seemed a
I
little
was not
clunky the
in
way he did
retrospect,
it.
that was very.
Yeah, it seemed because like you were on the draw, but it looked like you were never like falling behind the way
Yeah,
that
it was
you
a
were.
sweet match.
Sam Black going?
Tim looks dead.
I'm dead.
Oh, you're dead?
Yeah. This deck-
Yeah, seriously, I'd watch
replays.
the replay of that match if you want to really learn the mirror. Like
Yeah,
it was
that was a-
it
that
was
was a sick
that
match.
there were a lot of like very important interactions that happened, and very
Watch the replay and listen to what we said were points.
Alright, let's have a fun on-air discussion. Let's talk about beating Rug.
Killed their Cobra.
Yeah, that's
There's nothing else.
that's a good start.
Okay, if they don't have a Cobra, I'm going to beat them.
I lost it 2 rounds ago, and I like match felt a little shaky.
If they don't have a Cobra, I'm going to beat them.
So on turn 2, if you're say you're on the play, right?
Yeah.
And like you haven't entered a Cobra, but it's like post board, so you haven't entered. You have like an oust in your hand, right? You have like a man like a flash read.
you should maybe talk louder or get closer to the microphone.
So you're like, on turn 2, you're on the play, and in game 2, and you have the option of holding up mana for flash freeze or slash mana leak, or play like a Stoneforge Mystic or something,
So forth.
or
if you have an oust.
and you have an oust in your hand.
Oh, Snapstone.
So you don't care if they explore you.
No. Explore is
not the card you
nothing.
lose to. Cobra's the card.
Explore just
Yeah.
like they'll play Jace next turn, and then you mana leak their Jace, and then like
I mean,
they die.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
But then, like in retrospect, I thought maybe the explore was a
There's
rough one.
there's lines where like if you have mana leak and Stoneforge and a Jace and lands to curve out. If you have lands for that, it's actually right. So on the play, like if you go Stoneforge, they go Cobra. You mana leak their follow up, and then untap and Jace bounce to Cobra. I think that's a like legitimate line where you don't for sure go for the Cobra kill. But it's just like if they get that card and they untap, they get so far ahead of time.
Yeah, you can't let ever let Cobra stay.
There might even be times, depending on my hand, where I just don't put some mortar button to work against them. No, that's wrong. No, I'd probably just get sword. I'd probably get a sword and then work out my plays to beat whatever they Cobra into the first one.
Do you guys like Core Firewalker against them? Because Korey McDuffie says it's insane, but like I put it in, did not seem that good.
Yeah,
It
I know
seems,
that Owen and Alex were making fun of an opponent for having it in against them.
Like, you live this dream of putting a sword on it, and then it gets bounced. Like, it's awesome when you have blue,
yeah, if you have
green
body in mind
sword,
in your deck, it's a
but
lot better.
who has that anymore, right?
Korey said take out Hawks, put in Firewalkers.
no,
and I tried it, and I was like, this sucks.
So
why did I make this
I think
it
you
change?
told me to
depends
take
on-
out Hawks against Valakut too. Just no. Maybe one with no.
Really? I don't like Hawk against Delicate.
I want a couple. I need some bodies so that when I day their Titan away, I can refuel the board. Maybe I just didn't draw Jace aggressively enough.
So what do you board out against Delicate?
I'll work it out.
You
Tumble
haven't played
Magnets.
them
I did. I beat it in the last round yesterday. I had a good story. I ousted his battlement when he has like a million lands in play and a Holy Heart in 1 and 0. I ousted his battlement.
This is pretty good.
And I have a Jason play on 5, so I put it to 7 and say Fate Seal you. Like if he has a Titan on top of the ship, he bricks and draws the battlement again. I pick up his top card. Judge, I have a question. Can we confirm that we resolved this oust right before I resolve this Fate Seal? What? Okay, this is a battlement I'm holding right here. I just want to make sure that the card beneath it resolves correctly, and it's also a battlement. My opponent's face is just like... He just called a judge to confirm that I'm dead.
So just because he did put it in the wrong place?
No, he put it in the right place. He just said, like, runner battlement on top of his deck. Like, judge, please tell my opponent that he's dead.
The 6 would be to do that if it wasn't a battlement on top. You could just give me like, Judge, can you please confirm, like, I've already got a battlement in my hand. Can you please confirm the card under this is overgrown battlement?
And then it's just a Culinary Expedition on top or something, you take him out.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I better crack this fetch land. Like,
He didn't, I made sure he didn't mention this.
You're like aggressively facing away the fetch lands. You're like, no, can't have
He
those.
had 2 Colony Hearts and 2 Battle Kits.
Oh, well, that's good reason. I beat up on Mono Red last round.
Mono Red.
I lost game 1, 4 Firewalker to him game 2, 4 Firewalker to him game 3.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Do you have
standard.
3 Firewalkers in your board, or
Well,
2? 4? 4.
Are you at 10-1? 10-2.
I'm X2. I lost the rug 2 rounds ago.
So you were serious about beating Mono Red.
Yeah, like, I was.
No.
So I only had 1 buy, and I draw Mono Red like historically in tournaments like none other.
Sure.
So I'm glad I finally battled it. The dude was hateful too. He had like Hairless Mirror and Molten Tail Masticores, and like.
So he was ready for you also.
Yeah, and so I was like, all right, you kill 1 Firewalker, here's another.
Yeah.
Molten Tail Masticore, equip, attack you, like block. All right, they trade. Go.
You just have like these Firewalkers.
Firewalker.
You have to teach them a lesson. Like, this is what you get for showing up with Mono Red. Have fun.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, like, Mono Red is a pretty rough matchup, I feel, and I just wanted to have enough cards for it. So, how do you guys feel about ousting with Mono Red? You bring it in, but it's not very.
I mean, it depends on the Mono Red deck.
I mean, sure, if they're creature heavy.
I think you bring it in.
I mean, I think if you're boarding against Firewalker, you have to take out DFW. So you bring it in.
Active player finish your turn. Move in the
The other thing is DFW in particular
Judges,
varies dramatically
please find a way to finish.
different red decks.
Yeah, for sure. Like if they're like Kargan Dragon Lord, Goblin Guide, Plated GOP.
They all have Dragon Lord now. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't want to oust against them. It seems awesome against Dragon Lord.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you bring it in. I don't know if you bring in all 4, but you at least bring in 3. Like just straight up and for DFW. You can Tumble Magnet, right?
Oust seems like it's probably better than Tumble Magnet because 1 is so much less than 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think Oust is better than Tumble Magnet, but I mean, I think you want to keep both.
Well, I mean, if you're only bringing in 3 Ousts, you should probably get.
I'd want all my Tumble Magnets against them for sure.
I mean, I cut.
You like Tumble Magnet more than Oust?
No, I'd find room for both.
So I mean, I
Well, I
cut.
mean, he was saying he's leaving 1 Oust on the board.
I left 1 in the board, but it's probably wrong. I cut 2 Jaces.
The other thing about Oust against Mono Red, I know that in Paris, Kibler was talking about a lot of matches where he'd oust his own Squadron Hawk and then find it again just to heal himself.
Sure.
And, like, I mean, against Mono Red, that could be a big
It's very
blow.
legitimate, yeah. Okay, I like Oust. So maybe you may just cut another Jace, or
I'm making a clone.
yeah, you should probably actually do that too. Or maybe can you shave on Hawks, or is that just awful?
No, that seems really bad against the deck where you have to grind them out of blocks and stuff.
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah, I wouldn't, but that's not right.
I mean,
The matchup probably just revolves around Gideon Jura, and that's exactly
yeah, Gideon
what
is
it like.
Gideon go. All right, like, dude, how much board do you have in your hand?
If you have 2 swords, I can see boarding a sword out for sure.
Oh, I boarded one out and brought a mortar pile.
Oh, see, I have the mortar pot already. I'm gonna board in life sound.
Oh yeah, there you go. All right, folks, it's been great talking to you. Love y'all, much love, bros. And this is a little awkward. And the old Ben Swartz.
Hi, guys.
And this is GG's Live, bringing you live coverage of Grand Prix Dallas Fort Worth. Good thing the chat isn't up right now.
It looks like Ray is maybe playing someone new deck.
All right.
We're trying to do a Billy P deck check, but we can't find Billy
What's Billy P playing?
He is playing the
Blue White
deck.
Control.
Oh, sure. All right, I'm gonna go freshen up before the next round, but I'll see y'all later.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah.
We'll get Billy P in here for a little bit, so sure. We can talk about it. Do you want to stick around still for a bit?
Do we want to do a warm up on this deck before he gets here, or do we want to let him talk about it? Probably let him talk about it.
Yeah, we'll let him talk about it. We don't have that much time. We're gonna try to do it.
We finally get all those professional wizards out of the booth.
They had to go prepare for the next round.
Oh, that's good. You probably shouldn't.
I'm not in German, so.
Oh, you're not in German. Well, this is the seat.
This is all Billy P.
Awesome.